are now plugged into Hooked on Sonics with Roots and Tone Capone.
And we're live.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another fantastic episode of Hooked on Sonics. I am one of your two hosts, Bruce, and as always, everyone's brother from another mother. And this week, as we continue our celebration of women in music history, we've got two banger albums. We've got Lacuna Coil's uh, Comalies. They are an Italian gothic metal band. So, um, you probably know the name, but maybe you don't know this album. So we're going to talk about that. And an even more obscure band, Tex and the Horseheads, with their cowpunk second album, Life's So Good. Um, we're going to be discussing what the heck we've been listening to besides these things. A little bit of music news and whatever else pops up while we're thinking about it. So, before we can get into the meat and potatoes of everything, Tone, I'm slightly under the weather, so I apologize in advance. But people don't care about me. The people want to know, how are you?
Good evening. I am well. Bit of a weirdo day, man. I was going to talk to you about it time before the show wasn't permitting. Um, One thing people don't understand, and my wife will tell you, is one of my most horrible, horrible tics is I get tunnel vision. And my tunnel vision is unstoppable. When I get my mind set on something, I'm straight to it.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, a little unknown fact about me is when I write all of my notes,
Mm-hmm.
I write them all in pencil.
Okay.
Uh, I prefer writing with a pencil. Always have. I know this sounds, this is going to seem lame,
Well,
but
you've moved up from a crayon, and we're proud of you.
yes. Um, no, I prefer writing with a good pencil, and I've set myself on a mission today to find a mechanical pencil, nicer mechanical pencil, for being on the shelf somewhere. But I like the Pentel brand, and
Mm-hmm.
this is a 0.5 millimeter, so it writes real fine, which leaves me some space to kind of really fit a bunch of notes in on a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I usually write with a 0.7, but this is the 1,000, and then I've been writing with the 500, which, oh, there we go, 500
Mm-hmm.
Pentel, which these are like graphing pencils. Um, Probably good art pencils and stuff and whatnot, but I prefer writing with a pencil. If I work with a pen, I like a nice pen that's smooth with erasable ink, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But I take a lot of my notes in that, and I got tunnel vision trying to hunt one of these down today. So went to Walmart because I was picking up some cars for my grandson. He's going through some potty training. So as he completes some potty training, we're going to give him some cars, some little Matchbox cars and stuff, and Hot Wheels and stuff and whatnot. We're also going to do some stickers, just kind of make pottying exciting for him. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but other than that, man, I really wanted to hunt down this pen today and or pencil today. So Walmart didn't have them. Office Max had it, but they had it at double the price.
Yeah.
I looked over at Target since it was in the vicinity as well. Target said they had three, they didn't have any. Yada yada. I end my ass up back at Office Max and I asked them, I said, "Hey, do you guys do price matching?" And I happened to find the same set that they had on sale at Walmart. So they matched Walmart's price on it, which I'm pretty happy about because honest to God, man, this is the kind of thing someone would steal from me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you ever been in a work environment or something and someone goes, "Ooh, that looks real nice." They pick it up right with it and go, "Shit."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So it's hard to keep a hold of something, a good writing utensil. And I keep a couple around that stay specifically on my desk. So tunnel vision got me into hunting this thing down today, and it took up about an hour and a half of my time. So
All right. Well, this section of the program is brought to you by Dunder Mifflin. Get all your office supplies at Dunder Mifflin. Go
oh man, but no, that was kind of about what my day was. I cruised around listening to some Elder. Um, I was actually checking out the new Gorillaz album today, and I got about
Mhm.
halfway through it. And I don't know how I feel about the whole album yet, but halfway through, I'm definitely intrigued. Um, you'll hear back from me on that at a later date. I'm
Mhm.
probably going to give this thing a couple listens to. Um, if you're not familiar with the Gorillaz, they did Clint Eastwood. They did Feel Good Inc. And I know that you may not be as familiar with them, but for a more world sound, poppy sound, something different, something being done different in music,
Mhm.
I really dig the Gorillaz, man, and I have since I first heard them. So really excited to hear this album. Reading up on it, it sounds like it circles a lot around death and one's passing.
Okay.
Um, but it's grieving and celebratory, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And they actually brought on some people who have worked with the Gorillas in the past and whatnot, or were friends to the Gorillas, and they've posthumously brought them on to some of the tracks, which is really, really cool. Proof, who was a good friend to, I guess, Eminem, he was a member of D12, which was Eminem's group. Um, they he's on here,
Okay.
and it's it's pretty wild to hear, man. It's um, Dennis Hopper is on here.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So it's God rest both their souls. But I'll tell you, man, it's been an intriguing listen so far. I'll look forward to listening to the rest. Been listening to some who else have been jamming this week, man? I've really kind of been jamming a lot of Elder. I picked up a couple albums of theirs on Friday because they're getting ready to drop a new album. I'll probably be picking that up, but there are a lot of good albums, in my opinion, that are getting ready. I mean, I know Winhand's working on a new album. Ohm's been
Mhm.
working on an album. Uh, that Gorillaz album just dropped. I think High on Fire is getting ready to start working on a new album. I think
Conan's working on something.
Conan's working. Oh, yeah, they just dropped the Do It Yourself series too.
Mhm.
I haven't got the chance to check that out yet, and God knows I need to be all over that.
Mhm.
So like I saw they just had a good successful run touring, so good, it's good to see that John and the guys are getting it done. I think that's pretty freaking awesome, to be honest with you.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, I just jamming a little bit of stuff here and there. Um, checked out that Texan the
Horseheads.
Horseheads. So yeah, we're going to definitely get into that, man. What have you been listening to?
Well, my friend, let's see. I was listening to a lot of Dictator stuff this week. That Manitoba's Wild Kingdom album, which is just an absolute blast. Um, so um, just keep Ross the boss and his family and everyone's thoughts and prayers. And if you can, just go on our page or his page, the Dictator's page, and if you can contribute anything to his GoFundMe, that would be greatly appreciated by everyone.
Dude, honestly, it looks like his GoFundMe's cleared its goal.
Good.
I
Keep
can't
it
say I
coming.
can't say for sure. I know it was darn close.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's great to hear and just keep it coming because he needs all the help all the help we can drum up for him. So, also listening to a live a live performance of the Stones on the Voodoo Lounge tour. Uh, this complete like box set thing is just freaking fantastic. I love it. And then speaking of which, I picked up a out of print Stones album. It's the soundtrack for the Martin Scorsese film that he made for them called Shine a Light. It's got all your favorites. Some of the standout things for me on this was Jack White came on stage and performed Love and Cup with them. Buddy Guy did Champagne and Reefer with them. And then an absolute blistering take of Live With Me with Christina Aguilera, as Mick would like to say. So just, they're ageless. The Stones are ageless. This is a must have for any Stones fan. You can
So
really only get it used.
you said it was out of print.
Hmm.
Where'd you happen to upon this?
Our friends, Lost and Found Records.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, do they let you know when they get something like that in?
No, they don't. I mean, they get, they have thousands and thousands of things. I just happen to see it. I'm like, oh, cool. In the use section. So,
Man, that's a win.
yeah. And a couple of things that I've had previously, but over the years I've lost. This definitive version of Johnny Cash at San Quentin, this is so much superior than the actual original release. Um, it's got essentially the entire set of Johnny Cash's set when he played. There is another bigger version with the complete show that I have not found out in the wild yet, but it's got the Statler brothers, the Carter family, like all doing their things too. But this is a must have for the complete um Johnny Cash set. Fantastic. Uh at San Quentin. And then last but not least, I could have sworn I had this in my library. I don't know what the heck I did with it. So when I found out I didn't have it, and because I'm going to be meeting Peter here in just a few weeks, I picked up his 1994 mail order only CD that he had called Chris Cat One. Uh, Obviously, very out of print, um, featuring Ace Frehley on a couple of songs. Um, it's a very underrated album.
And where'd you locate that at?
That was on Discogs.
Oh, so you've been hunting some out of print stuff, is what it sounds like.
Hmm.
Would that little Peter Chris album out of print run you, being that it
Not
was mail delivered?
not bad. Not
What's
bad.
what's not bad?
Not
I want
bad.
to know what's not bad in Bruce's world
Oh,
on a CD that's out of print that was a mail order.
nah, it's like $30.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I don't. If you want it bad enough, that's fair.
Yep. Yep.
Hey, dude, I had to do it for I think an obituary album and two Jungle Rod albums,
Mm.
just because I own the rest digitally from their Bandcamp releases,
Hmm.
and then I had to purchase Executioner's Return from Obituary, and I think it was Fueled by Hate, maybe. I can't remember right offhand. Give me 1 second. I can't see it right now. That
Uh-oh.
sucks. That does suck. Dead and Buried, and then there was something else. I can't remember what the other one was. Dead and Buried, and
Dead and bloated. Oh, sorry, wrong band.
I'm gonna beat you, sir. I don't. I don't see it.
Hmm.
What is this? I think this is it. Obituary. Oh, Darkest Day. Yeah. The writing on that one's super freaking small. But
Yeah.
I needed it to finish my obituary collection. And being as big of an obituary fan as I am, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So and the same thing with the Jungle Rot, man. I'm a little disappointed. I got to say something, and this would lead us into the news. Just to be honest, man,
Hmm.
if you're ready,
Do it.
Jungle Rot announced the tour.
Okay.
This is not a U.S. tour.
Wah, 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 wah.
A lot of dates overseas, dude.
Hmm.
So it's
And
just like, okay, I know I'm not going to get to see it. Drop the album, please. Just drop the album, please, so I can hear it, please. Just drop it. I don't want a single. Just drop the freaking album, man. Mono
yep.
Lord's supposed to be dropping an album. I even said something to Esben on Facebook, which is their drummer, and I said, "Do we have a release date yet?" And he said, "Yes," and didn't say anything else. It's like, please, somebody help me. Send me
It's
something new.
it's all how you ask the question.
Dude, I am so ready for so many new things. Like, I can't wait to hear a new Wind Hand. Can't wait to hear a new Ohm album. Cannot wait to hear a new freaking, you know, Jungle Rot album, dude. Just
Hmm.
I've been jamming the whole discography for at least now that I have it for the past 6 months, a year. Obituary is talking about writing a new album.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're talking about a 2027 release, maybe.
Yeah.
So we'll see, man. We'll see.
We'll see.
You got any
I
albums you're looking forward to?
not that I can think of off the top of my head.
What about Record Store Day?
Well, yeah, tons of record store day stuff, which is coming up in April, folks. Towards the end of April, go to recordstoreday.com, check out everything that's being released. Some exciting stuff. Probably one of my favorite release years so far. So, in at least in recent memory.
I may, if I find it in the wild. I'm not going to go hunting,
Chicken hunting?
but I may pick up the Misfits Famous Monsters release.
You should.
Yeah,
Was that a record store day release?
it is going to be a Record Store Day
Then
release.
stand in line. Don't be a puss. You'll find it. Go to Used Kids or Lost Weekend. See if they ordered it.
It's not like that for me. I mean, I don't ever see anything on Record Store Day that I got to go. I absolutely have to have. However, I did get that Record Store Day, the Sword Warp Riders, like 25th anniversary or something like that. But I
Hmm.
did that because a friend was actually going and actually standing in line, and she said, "Is there anything you want?" I said, "If by chance, I'll send you the money."
Yeah. Got you that Dictators album last year.
And you got me a Dictators release, which is probably my
Hmm.
favorite Dictators album.
It's a pretty damn good album.
It is a very good album. It's a bummer about Ross, man.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that interview of him being in the batting cage, dude. That shit was so funny, man. I loved every minute of that get together with all of those
Dysfunction.
guys. Dude, I'm talking pre-show where we were talking to Albert
Hmm.
for a while.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It was good stuff, dude. Good dudes, man. It's
Yeah.
unfortunate we may never hear another Dictators run again. I mean, do you think Andy would entertain it? I mean, I'm pretty sure Andy's pretty much the head over there, right?
Yeah, probably. I don't think they're going to do anything though. Like I don't think they're going to go out on tour as the Dictators.
Why? Well,
I wouldn't want to see
I
that.
thought they were working on new Dictator stuff.
They were.
Is there anything that can be scrapped or
There
put out?
there is some stuff.
I mean, even if it's an EP.
Right. I think, they're working on it. Andy's thinking through it. That's all I know right now. They're just trying to figure it out, process everything. But
Yeah, it's still fresh, man.
yeah, for sure. Let's see. Our our good friends Polka Dot Cadaver's coming to Knoxville.
You going?
I might.
Tickets
It's
should be
in
fair. Tickets should be fair to see them, dude.
Yeah, it's in a club about the size of my studio down here. So yeah,
Go,
downtown Knoxville.
go. Listen, when you go, you walk up to the singer Todd and say,
Hmm.
my buddy Tony in Columbus told me you was a really cool cat, and I could talk to you from now. I've closed down bars with those dudes.
Yeah,
Me and Dylan have closed down bars with those dudes.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you happen to see the big news that dropped today? Twisted Sisters going out on tour.
Nuh-uh.
Yep.
No, no,
But
no. They just
oh yeah,
canceled.
yeah. That's what they told you. However, the 2026 version of Twisted Sister going out on tour. Guitars, JJ French.
Of course.
Guitars, Eddie Ojeda.
Yes.
Bass, Russ Pizzuto.
I think he's legit.
Okay. Drummer, Joey Casada. He played on Ace's album.
He'll be
He,
legit.
yep. And lead vocals, the man who never ages, Sebastian Bach. Thoughts? This is a
This is a
audio.
lie, dude. This is a
It
this is a lie. That's some AI made up bullshit, dude.
it is not widely circulated, um, especially from one of my favorite rock journalists, Mitch LaFond. Um, yeah,
Don't say that, dude.
this is legit.
Like, no. Like, no, dude. Like, no, dude. D has a distinct vocal DNA, man.
Yes. So does Sebastian.
And so does Sebastian. And I don't, it's like, how can I say this? It's
I don't.
like you got two iconic voices,
Hmm.
and they may fall in some of the same register, but it's just going to sound like fucking Sebastian Bach singing Twisted Sister tunes.
Right.
And
The,
I find that to be about as off the wall and as crazy as the shit that went on with Axl Rose fronting AC/DC.
I was going to bring that up. It's the exact same thing to me. Do I like Guns N' Roses? Yes. Do I like Axel? Yes. Do I like AC/DC? Yes. Do I want to hear Axel with AC/DC? Maybe a clip or two on YouTube, but I would never go pay C money for that. Never. That's not what I want my AC/DC to be.
I think John and Rachel went, and they said it was good. But here's the thing. That's not what I want.
Okay. Same with I didn't want Rob Halford singing with Black Sabbath.
They were both big bands of that era and that time
I get it.
from across the pond.
Hmm.
But
I don't want to hear
Ozzy
that.
has this iconic voice and distinct DNA, and Halford has this iconic voice and distinct DNA.
Yep. Alan, I just want to mention you forgot to mention Ronnie James Dio, which proves my point that Ozzy is the superior vocalist for Black Sabbath. But I digress. Also,
No, no,
yeah, I'm just saying.
no. When we're talking about a singer vocalist, Ronnie James Dio is a better singer.
That's why you didn't bring
Ozzy
him up.
Ozzy is a killer front man.
Hmm.
Okay. It is listen, I'm going to tell you something. You want to hear something a wild take? You ready for
Hmm.
you ready for a hot take?
Oh yeah.
I am one of the very few people that I know that personally loved the Motley Crue album where John Corabi was on vocals.
Yes, you are. Yes.
And I thought the direction that Motley Crue was going in that time frame was fair.
Musically, I get it. Musically, it had to be that way, but those vocals were not good,
I
in
like
my
Corabi.
opinion. I like Robbie too. I don't think it was a good Robbie album.
Ah, you're crazy. Come
Shit, his
on, man.
dude, his stuff he did with freaking Bruce Kulick in Union was better than that shit, in
Opinions
my opinion.
opinions may vary.
That's right. Let's see. Did you see that Alex Van Halen has confirmed he's working on a new Van Halen album with stuff that him and Eddie put together, and they are in search of a vocalist. He doesn't want to work with Dave or Sammy.
What?
Yep. So he reached out to, um, oh shit, Paul Rogers from Bad Company, and Paul said no, thank you.
Where did you hear this?
It's been all over the rock and roll news, my friend, last week.
Who's going to step up?
Don't know,
Listen,
but
to say that you're going to sing for Van Halen or some rendition of Van Halen?
mhm. Yeah. Apparently, Alex is still pissed off over Sammy's tell-all book, where he told the truth about Eddie's, you know, the shape that Eddie was in. Alex didn't appreciate it, and then Alex is now pissed off at Dave when they were talking about doing that kind of tribute show, that tribute run of shows they were talking about. Dave apparently refused to like want a video montage or anything um for Eddie. He didn't want to do that for Ed. So Alex like, fuck you, I'm done.
Wow.
It's seriously, they are probably one of the most dysfunctional bands I've ever read about.
Who
Just
owns the
wild.
rights to the Van Halen stuff?
Well, Eddie, Wolfgang now, Alex. Alex is probably the main person, and Dave's got a say in it too.
I'm sure Sammy sees royalties off of what he wrote.
Oh, I'm sure. Michael Anthony sees nothing.
Right. Because they dicked him so good.
They did. As soon as they started making money with 1984, they said, "Oh yeah, no, you're not getting anything." So
Yeah.
pretty wild.
That's insane, man.
Yep.
Heroes. These are who we looked up to as heroes, and you look and you go, they're horrible people.
Yeah.
They're horrible people. They
Just
created some of the most magical things in life and are just horrible people.
yeah, they're complicated. People are complicated.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It saddens me to
Yeah,
hear that shit, you know?
sure, for sure. But that's what I have for the news.
And
Lots
that
of
would be
bombshells.
the news.
That's right.
Wow, dude. That was a loaded news section. Well, it sounds like we should get into these reviews.
Yeah.
Who was up last week first?
You were, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But if you would like to go first, you absolutely can.
No, we'll let you go.
Oh, you're so sweet. All right, my friend. You gave me Lacuna Coil's Comalies. This was released October 16th of 2002. Um, 13 songs, around 51 minutes. It is their third studio album. Like I mentioned in the opener, they are an Italian goth metal band. Um, so I know of like I've heard the name, but I thought it was more like an alternative band. That's how out of the, out of the scene I am, especially with Italian goth metal from early 2000s.
I think I saw them open up for Danzig on one Danzig tour.
Okay.
So
All right. Um, let's see. Comalies peaked at number 178 on the Billboard 200 and peaked at number 9 on the top heat seekers and independent album charts. Um, One cool thing about the album cover, and I'll bring that up here real quick, is there's an outline from the previous cover. You can't really see, you got to really pay attention to it. Um, it's outlined in the cover of the sunflower, so pretty interesting. Um, let's see, they had two singles on this, Swamped and Heaven's a Lie. So, and I don't remember hearing either one of them myself. Before we get into it, when did you first hear about Lacuna Coil?
I actually saw them on
That's when you seen them.
on a tour, dude. I just caught them and was just like, man, these guys are really on it. And to see both of the female and male singers,
Hmm.
Christina and I want to say Andrea, uh,
Okay.
going back and forth. I call him Andy,
Okay.
but they go back and forth vocally, and I just remember her voice being top tier for this range and style of music.
Hmm.
Um, I think she's one of the greatest female vocalists that aren't so well known, you know, and being that we're in celebrating Women's Month, that's kind of why I gave you this album.
Okay. All right. Well, here we go. Like I said, I've never heard of them before. Well, I heard of them, never heard them. First track is Swamped. This was the second single of the album. Um, this whole album was very similar to Evanescence to me. Very similar. Similar.
Kind of felt that vibe.
Yeah. Yep. Um, I gave Swamped a B. I don't like Andy's breathy vocal delivery. It's just like, okay, dude, quit. It was off-putting. It's a pretty good riff. There's a nice bass line during the verses. Um, no real guitar solo on this song, and pretty much this entire album. There's not a whole lot of solos in this, which to me is a very big missed opportunity. Um, so kind of a bummer on that. So I gave it a B. It was fine, but it wasn't wow. Second up is Heaven's a Lie. This was the first single off the album. Kind of a similar song as the first. Really cool driving orchestra to start the song off. The verses are kind of boring. The chorus is okay with the guy's vocals. Like he kind of dialed it in a little bit more there. Um, there is actually a little bit of a guitar solo in here. It's very simple, nothing fancy, nothing very impressive. It's just okay. Yeah, we did some noodling here. Okay. Um, and it pretty much mirrors the melody of the verse. So I gave this a B. It's a good song. Nothing off-putting, just nothing spectacular. Um, Next up, we got Daylight Dancer. Sound like a harpsichord at the beginning of this, kind of like Adam's Family, like how Lurch plays that at the beginning, kind of fun. Um, Andy's vocals start the whole thing off. Definitely a better delivery from both him and Christina there. Decent riff, but again, nothing great about this song and no solo. So I gave Daylight Dancer a B. Next was Humane. Back to the breathy vocal delivery from Andy. It's a slow paced song that really goes nowhere. This is a skippable to me. Like I could have done without it. Gave it a C. Um, not bringing up Christina's vocals a lot on this. It's because she does a really good job. Again, just when you think of her delivery, think of Amy Lee. Very, very similar. Um, she does a good job. Just it's not like, wow, that really impressed me. But I think she's a significantly better singer than what Andy is, in my opinion. Um, Next up, we got Self Deception. Um, let's see. I gave this one an A. I like the opening riff a lot. The keyboard section at the beginning is a continuation of the previous song, much more upbeat and aggressive. The lyrics really don't do anything for me, but I like the energy of this song. This is probably the first time on this album where I'm like, oh, well, there might be something here. Like it interested me. I'm like, okay, very cool. So gave that a solid A. Next up, we got Aeon. Like, this is a spacey acoustic riff, a little over a minute long. It's a nice, dreamy vocal by Amy, or I'm sorry, by Christina. Might be the best song on the album to me. Has a spooky industrial transition to the next song, which is Tightrope. I gave Aeon a solid A. Um, really like this. So we're almost like in the middle of the album and it's starting to click. Like, okay, we build some momentum here. Next up, Tightrope. Very tight groove and riff. A little double bass drum in there, sprinkled in there is really nice. Um, it was a nice surprise, and it's a very interesting song. So I gave it an A. So we got 3 A's in a row. Um, Track number 8, we've got The Ghost Woman and the Hunter. It's pretty, but it does nothing for me. The intro is almost a minute long. It's something about someone is moving on and she's really upset. The energy eventually ramps up a little bit at the end, but again, it doesn't go anywhere. You know, this song had potential, but it just kind of fell flat to me. But I gave it a B. It's not horrible. There's potential there, but it wasn't wow. Track number 9 is Unspoken. This reminded me of a Linkin Park riff that in the end, doesn't
Okay.
really matter. Um, Other than that, the song is just okay. Nothing really stood out other than that riff sounded familiar. So I gave it a B. Next, track 10, Entwined. Kind of an a cappella intro. Very slow. Sounds like they're describing a very controlling relationship where she can't be herself and feels herself being taken over by this dude. She just can't escape how entwined they are with each other. Um, it's good. It's good. I gave it a B. Um, it's one of the better ones. It's not an A, but it's a decent song on here. Um, Track 11, The Prophet Said. Um, I put on here, it's a very crunchy start. Um, Andy starts the vocals and is trying to sound as dark as the vibe of the song, but it doesn't seem convincing. Like he's trying too hard to make this growl, this, oh, I'm a badass. Um, but her delivery is really good. The lyrics don't really paint a clear picture of what the story is. Um, I wrote in here, I think my fatigue is setting in. I feel like I should be liking this more, but after a few times of listening to this song, I just don't. It ended up being a skippable track for me. I gave it a C. Yeah, again, there's elements of a lot of these songs are like, oh, okay, that could be something. And to me, it didn't do it. Number 12, Angel's Punishment. Very repetitive verses about destruction. I did actually like Andy's menacing vocal delivery on the chorus. Um, Really good and convincing on this. In general, it's one of the more interesting songs on the album. Again, this hooked me. I'm like, okay, this is something. This is good. I gave it an A for Angel's Punishment. And then last but not least, we got the title track, Comalies. The verses are in Italian, but the choruses are in English. Um, Again, it's fine early 2000s rock, uh, but not exciting. Nothing super interesting on this. Um, I gave it a B. Um, uh, my closing remarks on it is all in all, I really wanted to like this album. Um, I, I heard of them before, but never heard them. I wanted to be taken on a journey or something, but really the entire album kind of landed flat for me. There were some solid moments, and it's not a bad album, just not a stellar album. If you like that early 2000s rock, this is right up your alley. I believe this got some high praises, like the top 500 metal albums of all time. Some other different praises for it. Um, Me personally, I give it a 7. It it's a okay album for me. And I know that's typically lower than what a lot of metal lists have it as, but I tried.
You're about a point off from me. It's an 8 for me. It's an
Okay.
8. It's left me in situations where I've checked in on them every once in a while, but it's not something that I listen to regularly.
Yeah.
I did see them open up. They put on a hell of a show.
It seems
I
like
did.
they would put like the energy, some of the energy is there for sure. Like it should be a good show if you went and saw these guys. Um, but I don't know. There's just something didn't grab me on a lot of this stuff.
I get it.
Yep.
7-0. All right. Not bad. Fair rating, fair rating. I understand completely. I kind of expected you to score it a little bit higher. I was hoping it would sit a little bit higher with you, but uh tis what it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that leads us to my review, and you had given me Tex and the Horseheads. Life's so cool.
That's right.
I'd like to tell you a few things about this album, but I'm going to be very honest with you. Finding
Mm-hmm.
anything out about this band is practically difficult as hell. There's a
Yes.
very short blurb on Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even see a discography there. It is the track listing that I listened to over on YouTube, I think was named wrong on half the tracks. So it was a bit tough to really get what was going on here. So I wish I had more information. I believe the lead singer's name is Texarkana.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Texarkana Jones.
and there's a male vocalist as well involved
Mhm.
in this. Um,
Yep. That was Mike.
but Mike, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't find much more than that, man.
Yep.
There really isn't a lot out there.
Nope.
But these guys are hailed as one of those bands that helped develop the sound of what's called cowpunk.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so with that in mind, cowpunk is, kind of this cross between country and punk music. And sometimes it sounds good and sometimes it not so much. So let's get into it, man.
Yep.
This was a bit of a fun listen and a bit of a roller coaster of a ride, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
So track number one, Tumbleweed. This is a mid-paced punk tune. Female vocals that seemed, right off the rip, the female vocals on this track seem very reminiscent of Wendy O. Williams to me.
A
Um,
little bit.
just there's a nice hint of that there. One of the things I could say about this album is there's some really cool guitar work here, some really cool vocals, both male and female. Pretty good bass stuff, obviously some decent drum and stuff. All the players are here, but for some reason on a lot of these tracks, Tex Arcana's vocals seem very muddy, and it's
Mm,
very hard to distinguish what's being said. You can
yeah.
make bits and pieces out, but I think I could have gotten a lot more into some of the songs if I could understand a little bit more legibly what was going on. Because if I don't understand part of you and I'm really hearing bits and pieces, I'm not hearing enough to know exactly what's going on. So I gave this one an A. I said it was a killer guitar work, solid opener on this one. I did dig this track. Track number two, Billy Black. I gave this one an A as well. It's a slower mid-pace punk tune with some country influence. Um, it kind of felt like the pace of the song kind of had that feel of London Calling by The Clash.
Okay.
Um, if you can understand that pacing. Track number three, Claudia. I gave this one a B. This is another slow to mid tempo punk tune with a little more country influence. Um, it was a good song. It wasn't it wasn't an A. I mean, it just didn't hold up as, in my opinion, as well as the other two. It wasn't a bad song, but it wasn't an A.
Okay.
Track number four, Hidden by Hills. I gave this one a C. This is a fast, upbeat punk tune. The vocals are starting to cause me issues. That's what I wrote here because of the muddiness.
Mm,
I really want to understand what's being said because I'm hearing bits and pieces of what's being said, but I
hmm
can't get a full grasp of what the hell's going on. So that one landed a C. For the overall vibe of the album, it's not skippable, but it is a C. Track number five. This was labeled over where I found it at as Lucky Head, but I believe it's called Lucky Hand. Um, I love the intro on this track, and this is where I feel the term cowpunk really fits. It's a toe tapper. I gave this one an A plus.
mm.
Pretty cool tune here. I dug this one a lot. Track number six, The Slip. This is an acoustic tune with a male and female vocal, more country than punk inspired. I gave this one an A. I dug it. I really kind of dug the vocal work on this, but once again,
I love the harmonizing they did.
yeah, and the harmonizing on this was
Mm,
really cool. Um, but once again, this would probably be the cleanest vocal track
yeah.
on the album because of being acoustic and stuff and whatnot.
Or
I
the
don't
next track.
I don't know what happened, why those vocals sound as muddy as they do. Um, Track number seven, I'll Quit Tomorrow. This is a male vocal lead. Reminds me of what Bourbon Crow would sound like with a full band.
Hmm
You know what I mean? So I gave this one an A because it gave me that feel. I dug it. It was a pretty cool tune. Track number eight, Spider and the Peach. This is a male and
Fantastic.
female vocal switch, off and on. The harmonies on here are awesome. It's a really groovy driving tune. Um, and this would be my favorite track so far. Uh, Devil's Got Me Playing with a Spoon. I gave this one an A plus.
Hmm
So that's a banger of a track there. I did dig
Dude,
that
I
track.
love that song.
Track number nine, Big House Part Three. Um, it's a tune with the female vocal opening. Drums come in and pick up the pace with some solid bass. It's an okay song. It's not a horrible song by any means. It's just a good song. I gave it a B.
Yeah.
I can't hold it in regards to some of the A's or A pluses that are on this album. Track number 10, Bartender Sam. Um, this had some chicken picking style opening, and then it shift gears to a cowpunk upbeat jam, still with that chicken picking going on in the background, it felt like.
hmm
Um, it was a fun song, but once again, it just doesn't hold up to an A, so I gave it a B.
Okay.
Um, Track number 11, Bandana. This thing had a slide guitar opening, cowpunk, upbeat tune, cool enough it could pull off a few different types of fans. And what I mean by this is this can pull in some rock fans,
Mhm.
this could pull in some country fans, this could pull in some punk fans. This thing really kind of had a lot of different things. I mean, I could almost hear some blues influence on this, which was pretty freaking cool. So um, I gave that one a B. It's still a good song. Just did not stand up like these A's and A pluses that were on here. Uh, Track number 12, Jailed Again. Um, this is a very upbeat, almost honky tonk punk riff. Cool overall tune, and it fits the cowpunk aesthetic. But once again, it's just a B. It's a good song. It's just not a great song to me.
Mhm.
Um, and then that leaves us to our final track, track number 13, which is It's a Happening. This is an upbeat, more punk intro into a spoken word piece, then back to an upbeat tempo, then back to a spoken word piece, then back to an upbeat tempo. This kind of back and forth thing. I thought it was a cool outro, and I really liked the concept of this song, so I gave it an A. So it was
Yeah.
a good closer. All in all, man, this was a bit of a roller coaster of a ride. It's a good album. If an introductory into cowpunk is what you're looking for, this is probably a good place to start. Um, I found the album fun. Not being able to find much out about the band and what all goes on there was a bit distraughting, however you want to point that. It was there's
Yeah.
not much there to figure out, man. And I guess Mike died,
Yep. Yep.
so
Like that.
and
Tex is still out there trying to make some music. She's released a couple like singles and stuff,
yeah,
but she's kind of out there. She'll do a interview every blue moon. Um, yeah, she's interesting. Yeah.
yeah, and this album was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I had no header notes on this. Um, there's 13 tracks. Of those 13 tracks, I've got one, two, three, four, five B's, a C, couple A pluses. I don't know that I'm going to listen to this again.
Really?
I don't know that there was something on here I really am dying to go back to.
Mhm.
And usually if something really catches me, I'll tell you. You know that. I went right out and bought
Mhm.
it and bought an album, you know.
Mhm.
This just it didn't it's good, but to me it's just it's not where I'm at.
Mhm.
I don't know that I would want to intertwine this in my punk library. I don't listen to enough country to care. Does that make sense? You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So it's a really weird placement of an album for me. I want to give it a fair rating, but you're talking half the songs are a B and a C.
Well, you had one C.
There is a C in there.
Okay.
A C is still a ding ding.
Okay.
Honestly, man, the first thing that comes to mind is a 7.75.
Mm. Mm.
I just know I'm not going to listen to it again.
Yeah.
If I was going to listen to it again, it'd get an 8 or higher. But I am probably not going to listen to this. Is it a bad album? No, not by any means.
Mhm.
But I can see this being really important to a very niche crowd. I'm
Yeah.
just not that crowd.
No, it's definitely a niche thing. Like when I gave you this album, I told you you either gonna like her vocals or you're gonna hate them. And
I listen. I love her vocal, but the problem is there are major parts throughout the album that it's muddy.
I think it's some of that '80s echo fucking production that was the cause of a lot of it, and a lot of it's her delivery too. Um, for me, Like, I think me and Johnny are the only ones that really dig this fucking band. The first time I heard this shit, I was like, this is fucking really interesting.
But it
Like, I
makes
was
sense.
hooked.
You
Yeah.
love punk, you love country, and
Hmm.
intertwining the two in the fashion that they've done a very good job at it. Is great. But once again, it's just I don't even know that there's enough material out there to listen to.
There's two studio albums and a live album.
Yeah. You know who else has two studio albums and a live album?
Who?
Power Trip.
Who?
Power Trip.
Who?
You disgust me completely.
Yeah.
Especially for an album you gave such a high rating to, so fuck off.
I was drunk.
Get out of here. So yeah, man, a 7 from you and a 7.75, just a couple okay albums, nothing really
Hmm.
major wrong. These aren't horrible albums by any means. So if you get the chance, go out and check them out. In the meantime, I think those album covers were pretty cool too. What'd you think of those?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think um the Life So Cool thing is just like absolute trash 80s uh punk at its finest
Yeah.
in a beautiful gaudy pink Cadillac. Ah, so fun.
And the Comalies album definitely fits the era of music that was going on
Yeah. Yep.
with the sunflower on there like
Very
that. And
very artsy.
you know,
Very artsy.
good
Yep.
stuff though, man. Good stuff.
Hmm.
Well, once again, we want to thank you all for tuning in. And if you like what you see here, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit
Hmm.
that notification bell down below, and give us a suggestion. Leave a comment. Say, hey, you'd like to review an album. We'd love to get an album to review from you. As always, if you're
Hmm.
listening or watching, we appreciate you. Bruce, you got anything you'd like to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, feel free to check us out on Spotify and leave comments there. Um, Basically spread the love, spread the word, and we appreciate it.
All right. Well, that brings us to that time.
That's right.
I do believe that we are each reviewing an album next week.
Correct.
But if you get the chance, we will be appearing on the Fly
Yep.
podcast with Stevie Fly,
Or no,
reviewing.
I believe it's final score.
Okay, final
But
score.
mm-hmm,
It's good friend Stevie Fly.
mm-hmm.
We will be doing a top 10 favorite wrestlers of all
That's
time,
correct. That is
which
correct.
is going to be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very much looking forward to that conversation. Our good buddy
You have
Chuck's
your
going to be
list.
almost,
Mm,
almost. I haven't finalized it yet. I haven't
I think
finalized it yet.
I think mine's finalized.
Good,
It was
good.
tough. It was a tough.
Well, I know who my number one is. It's where I place everybody else that matters.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Same here.
So that's where that issue is. Other than that, man,
Hmm.
you and I are going to give each other an album for next week and
That's right.
continuing into celebrating Women's History Month.
Hmm.
Bruce, what do you have in store for me?
Well, this young lady's latest album kind of fell under my radar. It was released late last year around October, and I've always been a big fan of hers, but like it just slipped my mind. And I come across it a couple weeks ago, and you are getting Margot Price, and her latest album is called Hard Headed Woman.
Margot.
Margo. Margot Price.
You said hard-headed woman.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like our wives.
You might not be wrong.
Cool. And for you, good sir,
Mm-hmm.
you can actually thank our good friend, longtime friend, and panel member,
Mm-hmm.
esteemed panel member, that
No.
for this album landing on my radar. I have been sitting here all week debating, what am I going to give you? What have
Mhm.
I listened to? What woman fronted band? What can I give you? What can I
Mhm.
give you? And I have to give you the latest release from a wonderful individual who is so artistically expressional that she's been known to wear meat out into a crowd of people.
Oh no.
So I am giving you
Uh,
Lady Gaga's latest release,
fuck.
courtesy of from West Beach's ears to my
Uh-huh.
ears. Lady Gaga's latest album, Mayhem.
Mayhem. Sweet. Uh, uh,
Ah,
oh boy. This is gonna be fun.
remember to thank Wes.
Oh, trust me,
Hey,
I
listen. Hey,
will.
listen. We are celebrating iconic women in the
Uh-huh.
music industry.
Yep.
And to say that she's not an iconic woman, you are sadly mistaken. She has brought a lot of number one hits,
Hmm.
huge albums, and she is a pop icon for decades to come.
That is true.
You know, she's even been on stage with Metallica, dude.
Yep.
You know, so
Great.
why you look so upset?
Upset. No, definitely not upset.
Hey, listen, we review everything.
We do.
And I've got to tell you, I got to listen to the album thanks to Wes saying something about it. He thought it was one of the best albums of his last year. And
Hmm.
I took it
You,
in.
yep. And you really dug it.
I thought it
And
was a pretty solid album for a pop album. It's a solid pop album.
um,
She you could definitely tell she knows her shit, dude.
we'll find out more next week.
All right. Well, with that being said, it looks like next week's going to be a pretty fun and interesting episode.
Oh yeah, stay tuned. Fireworks, baby.
Indeed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's been a blast. We've had fun with all of you. Thank you for
Hmm.
watching and listening. You can catch us on all your favorite podcast streaming services. TikTok is coming soon. I'm working all the details out on that, getting ready to get it set up. And we will be moving into the future with you and several more reviews.
Hmm.
Remember, you got all these concerts coming up for the spring and summer and heading into the fall. You've
Hmm.
got a lot of festivals coming up. I think they just recently announced the whole Louder Than Life lineup. Get out there and catch a show. Have a good time. I know the one of the shows I've been somewhat interested in, and I haven't decided whether or not we'll buy a ticket, is Death Angel will be performing all of Act 3, and they're actually coming to the King of Clubs. You, however, before we get off here, I'm
Hmm.
going to give you another little bit of homework.
Mm.
Take you in some Polka Dot Cadaver stuff.
Okay.
You've gotten to listen to some Dog Fashion stuff. Listen to the Polka Dot Cadaver stuff. Um, I can't remember the name of the one album. Purgatory Dance Party. I would start you there. Definitely check that album out. I think you'll have a lot of fun with that. Um, if you're thinking about going to see the guys from Polka Dot Cadaver, and if you do, once again, tell them I said what's up. Miss those cats, and I haven't seen them up this way in a while. My
Yeah.
friend Gina goes to any shows in Cleveland or Cincinnati whenever they come. I haven't traveled for anything in a while, and honestly, my body hasn't been up for it. So,
Yeah.
with that being said, Bruce, it has been a blast. Thank you for everything as always, and thank
Hmm.
you all once again. I'm Tone,
I'm Bruce.
and we are hooked on Sonics, and we will see you guys next week.
See ya.